It's your boy Hoy here with the 2-game WNBA slate for May 25th, 2019 for FanDuel and DraftKings. And to get started, as always, we're going to start our sets off. Starting up here with the blue screen is going to be the FanDuel team. And the gray screen on the bottom are going to be for the DraftKings. Now, as we take a look, there are two games. Washington Mystics versus the Connecticut Suns. That game has a total of 169 points, with the Suns winning by a margin of 5 points, which is the home team. For the next game, we have the Chicago Skies versus the Minnesota Lynx. And Vegas has the Lynx winning by a margin of 4 points and a total of 163.5 points scored in a game. Vegas also has the home team winning on this one. So both home teams are predicted to win tonight. And as we go over here to FanDuel, we see that we're able to select 3 guards and 4 forwards. And as we see the lineups being printed out at the top, it's on lineup 17 rather, for the FanDuel WNBA. And you're seeing the 3 guards and then the 4 forwards. On DraftKings, the format is going to be for 2 guards, 3 forwards, and a utility person. And as you see on lineup 17, we used up majority of the salary, so I'm going to probably play lineup 17 tonight on DraftKings. This is just more of to give you sets if maybe you don't have the monetary resources to afford a random generator for lineups or a fantasy cruncher. You can come here on the video and get a few free lineups that are being printed in the video. As the season progresses, I will leave the generators running up until about 30 minutes before lock time, and I will release all of the lineups, and that gives you about 30 minutes to look through the lineups if you don't have the lineups to look for or look at. If you don't want to spend the last 30 minutes coming up with lineups, maybe just looking at a few that are already generated. Depending on the time that the video starts, it really depends on how many lineups there are. If I start the video at 3 p.m. on a 6 o'clock slate, then you can very well see 1,500 lineups or 1,000 lineups. It could be a lot more than that, but just to let you view the lineups, I have them print and then have a timer holding the program, so you're able to read the lineups as they come in. But enough about the random generator at the moment. You want to take a look back over here on the FanDuel. We see our highest guard. It's going to be 7,500. And we see here at the bottom, if I can get there, it's going to be 3,000. Just going to click someone to get them out of there. You're going to go to the forwards and see that the top is going to be for 8,600. Not too bad of a price, but as you see, the average for a player, I believe, is 8,300. Oh, excuse me, I'm thinking more of DraftKings is 8,300. On FanDuel, it's 5,700. So you have to work with your budget. As we go over here to DraftKings, you see it's 8,300 that I mentioned just a second ago. The guards on DraftKings goes for 11,300. Just gonna click to get off of it, and then go to the forward, and we see it's 11,600 for the forward at the top. So pretty pricey on both positions. And this just the Vegas output the Washington, Connecticut. You see the totals fluctuate. -4, -4, -4. It means that the bottom team, whatever row that the number is on, is, well, you also have to read the sign because it could say a plus. So a quick Google to read Vegas odds have you up to speed in less than 5 minutes. And one thing I do want to show, I did make a video for just the showdowns, and here's an outlook of how the folders look. As I mentioned in the video, there is going to be an all folder and a no radicals folder, basically my projections and who I expect to play. And this is actually not for the WNBA, this is for the NBA. But let's take a look at the NBA, as we have all of them listed. You have every position. You see they're listed by the first and last name. And what you're going to do, you're going to click on a folder such as, not a folder, but a file such as Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's going to be an Excel file. I have Open Office. I should have just used my free subscription to Excel or Google Sheets, but I've used Open Office for years, so I plan on sticking with it. And you see the captain is the first one listed, and you have the rest of the players. They give you the price of how much that lineup's going to cost. Then you have the points, and I'll have to take a look here. Here is listed by the fantasy points given on the DraftKings website, and that totals for each set. The number beside it is going to be for the defensive ratings, how the players match up. It's just a division of all the numbers added together, and this is just an odd line in there. I'll take it out for next or future progressions. This line right here is more of a guess, not more of a guess, but more of a projected and actual projected points per player. You see as it's listed through here. The next is the projected minutes for the players. It says RG. I used to use Roto Grinder numbers. Now I just use a formula and have my own numbers. The line over here with the FL is the floor that I expect for this particular set of lineup, and it changes and fluctuates throughout there. The CE is going to be for the ceiling, how many points I expect the ceiling to be, and I'm pretty sure it can get up to almost 400. If you look over here to the ceiling, you would have to just go through the list, but just to give you a quick glimpse of what it looks like. You see Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it takes out based on the salary amount. It lists based on high salary. So we have Antetokounmpo, Kawhi Leonard, Pascal, Chris Middleton, Paul Cunnington, and Tony Snell. But as you see, as you scroll down, Chris Middleton gets replaced by Kyle Lowry, which opens up more space and more money for the next two positions. And you keep scrolling, just hit the, well, can't hit that button, just keep scrolling down. You see it changes as, gotta wait for it to load. You see the Pascal, Brook Lopez goes with Fred VanVleet, and sooner or later Pascal will change. Pascal is now changed to Chris Middleton, but that's basically how you look at this Excel file. And you come through here and you look at the high points, high minutes, and high ceiling. It lists from the total file what's the highs. So you would go to the total file, and for the particular name as the ceiling. You would list for the CE points. You would list in the numerical points and then CE to find the highest ceiling by looking at the ceiling file. Something you would have to do on your own time. It does not list the high of every Excel file for every captain. I just didn't include it. It's a chance for you to look through there and not be solely biased based on a highest point projection. Still some lineups here. I know that, well, there was some lineups that got taken over by the Excel file. You're like, hey, where are the lineups? I'm going to release the lineups that are being printed now. I'm going to have them included in a description link in the video. So, yeah, if it stopped at, not stopped, but rather the Excel file popped at 89 and you're not able to see what happened between then and 139 or wherever it stopped, then go back into the file and look, and the lineups are right there. It's still some lineups I'm just letting print. Still a few more to go. See how long this video has lasted. I guess it doesn't show. I guess we'll keep going on here for a little bit. I'm gonna let the FanDuel lineups hit, I say, at least 185, and I'm gonna let the DraftKings get to 150. We're gonna actually start taking a look at the lineups. Get out of this file or folder, and we see on FanDuel the salary is 40,000. On DraftKings it is 50,000. So lineup 169 we see is spending 37,000, majority of the salary cap, but still leaving 4,000. And we going to the DraftKings, we see a 26 of 30,000, so we know they're leaving about 20,000 on the table. So these are lineups just to get you started with, not to actually enter. You will see a few pricey lineups like this 44,000, and it might work, but that's the chance for you to take or go and look through the files and the lineups themselves. Move my cursor out of the way. A 39.4, a 31.5, 35.9 down here on the DraftKings, and going back up here to the FanDuel on 181 now for 36.5. Still leaving some salary left, but this 39.9 doesn't. So lineup 183 I will be playing on FanDuel. I'm sitting here writing this information. That's what the pause is for. And I'm gonna do 185 as well on FanDuel, just due to the price on them. If this generator system is getting that high price of a set, I might as well take it and hope for the best. Still trying to see some value at the DraftKings set at the bottom. Not seeing much. 37.2. Can we get any higher? And the clock still ticks. Got a 38.6 on lineup 199. I'm gonna take that as well on FanDuel. Lineup 160 down on DraftKings is going for 41,000. Still 9,000 to work with, so you can look through there. I'll see a mini Atlanta stack, if not a full Atlanta stack. So chances to deviate. I'm gonna let this DraftKings lineup get to 170, and then that will be the 175, and that will be the conclusion of the video based on the lineup number. So just a few more here. An actual discussion of the actual players will come later in the season as we get more information about the players. That's a very cheap set for 22.6. That's not even worth the random generation right there. I'm gonna be honest with you. 42.5, 174. I'll make some alterations to that, and here we are at line 175. Just one more. This might be the one you need. And I hope y'all enjoy. Until next time.